Every hair transplant journey comes with its own experience, and each transformation develops differently over time. First, let's take a look at Sushil Kumar hair transplant journey and overall experience.
Hello viewers, welcome to QHT Clinic's official YouTube channel. Today, in this video, we will share the journey of a patient who was dealing with the challenges of Norwood grade 4A baldness, which caused a receded hairline with vanished temples and a completely bald frontal area. Although noticeable thinning was visible in some parts of the mid-scalp, while the rest of his scalp remained healthy. Additionally, he had a strong donor area with healthy hair follicles, which played a crucial role in the transplant process. Stay tuned for amazing results and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. After examining the complete scalp, our experts crafted a custom-shaped hairline that complemented the patient's facial structure. The hairline was designed to be slightly lower in the middle, positioned exactly 7 cm from the glabella point. They have also marked the remaining recipient area. During the procedure, our experts carefully implanted single thin hair follicles, and the same follicles were implanted in the temples zone to achieve a soft and natural appearance. In the frontal area and some parts of the mid-scalp, they implanted double and triple hair follicles to achieve a fuller or more voluminous look. In this process, a total of 3,900 grafts were transplanted, all taken from the patient's safe donor area. One month after the transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his first follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed around 40% shedding on his scalp. And at the same time, his donor area was completely healed. Three months post-transplant, the shedding phase was over. The first signs of new hair growth had begun to appear. Tiny hairs were starting to sprout, marking the early stages of transformation. During this period, his donor area had healed seamlessly, leaving no visible signs of scarring. Four months after the hair transplant, his hairline along with his temples perfectly well framed and enhanced the patient's facial features. The transplanted area has gained good growth and the follicles were also integrating beautifully. And we were confident that in the upcoming months, we would see even better results. 8 months post-transplant, the results were impressive. His hairline and temples were perfectly framing his facial features. The frontal area has gained voluminous growth with the seamless merge of transplanted and native hair, and no one could distinguish between transplanted and existing follicles. He also had a haircut during this period, something he previously couldn't enjoy due to hair loss. Now, with his transformed look, he has the freedom to style his hair just the way he wants. These are 8 months results, which clearly show that hair transplant results are permanent, as many people often believe they are temporary. If you are inspired by the patient's journey, consider booking a consultation with our experts to take the first step towards overcoming your baldness.
Now, moving on to Varun Khanna, whose progression reflects a smooth and naturally evolving appearance.
So don't be scared. Don't be on the fence. Go for it. I think it's kind of a life-changing event because you lost hair, you kind of got bald, and then you get full set of hair, which by the way are your own hair. It's not like you're putting a hair patch, which obviously looks really fake. And I did visit a shop where somebody recommended me to put a hair patch, but I hated it because off the bat it looks fake, right? So I think hair transplant is the way to go, and I would highly recommend anybody who wants to go down that path. All right. Hi, everyone. This is Varun Khanna. I'm based out of Chicago, and I got my hair transplant done in the year 2023. So it's been 2 years, and I've been through 3 rounds of therapy post my hair transplant, and overall, I'm really happy with the results. In fact, I have recommended my cousin who got his hair transplant done here last year. He's very happy as well. And I also recommended tons of my friends too. I'm hoping they'll stop by QHT as well. On the day of surgery, I think the doctor and the staff here was very helpful, friendly. They made sure that I'm following along with the instructions that they were giving me. At the same time, they were pretty informative about the steps that they're going to take. So they were keeping me in the loop. That made me feel really comfortable. And then they offered me, an option to speak up if I'm having some discomfort or pain, which I did, so they did added some additional anesthesia for me when it was wearing off. My surgery last year, actually, I did it in 3 sittings. And since my grafts were really high, 5,800, so it has to be done in 3 sittings. And I spent about 6 to 8 hours for the good portion of those 3 days. I think the one thing that really impressed me about the cleanliness and the professionalism of not only doctors, but the staff here as well. They were very friendly. They offered me to take a break for washroom, snacks and everything. So they really took care of me. And, I was very comfortable, although this process is pretty evasive. But I'll tell you, I didn't felt any pain during the process. And I was very happy, that I was scared originally about going through this procedure, especially it has to do with your head and you don't want to take a chance. But the way I was operated and the transplant was conducted, I knew that, I choose the right place. So yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah, as far as the surgery is concerned, I luckily haven't gone through surgery anywhere, but I've seen my relatives going through that surgery and operations and OD and whatnot. It usually is pretty stressful environment where people get scared and feared for what's there to come. But I think here, because of the constant communications and hearing what our doctor and the staff is going to do next, you really make you feel at ease because you know what's coming next, right? There's supposed to somebody just putting a needle down your head or something. So I really like that part. I think it was awesome. So yeah. Yeah, I think the post surgery instructions were shared with me from what diet to take, how often I need to spray the saline water. And then also I stopped by because I was not too far from the QHT clinic. I stopped by for the first wash as well. In between, the staff followed up with me on, on my phone number, constantly asking me how I'm doing and everything. One other thing that I felt was awesome, because obviously, like everybody, I did tons of research on YouTube and I literally had not much swelling. Like I've seen people forehead ballooning up, right? I did had some swelling, but it was not visible. So it was awesome. And I felt at ease because I was not seeing any signs. Obviously, going through the surgery is really scary, but the way everything worked out for me, I couldn't ask for anything more than that. And the follow-ups were there continuously, even post a year from the surgery, where somebody from the staff had followed up on. During the course of that, I did have questions, right? I live in United States, so it's like almost 12 hours of difference, give or take. But then I knew that somebody would follow in the morning of their time. So yeah, it was good. And I really like dealing with their staff as well as the rest of the crew here. Yeah, my overall experience post-surgery has been great. I had a good growth of hair within like 6 to 9 months of span, right? Got a lot of compliments from my friends and family, even from my colleagues at work. So I felt great about it. I think the results are awesome where I was before hair transplant. And I got to the decision because I'm like, this is the right time for me. And a lot of people who are on the fence about not going through the hair transplant, I would highly recommend them to go do that. It's not that painful. It's managed by doctors and the staff really well. And then they have medication to manage your pain. And quite honestly, like I stopped taking painkillers within 3 to 4 days after my surgery. Never touched that after. So don't be scared. Don't be on the fence. Go for it. I think it's kind of a life-changing event because you lost hair, you kind of got bald, and then you get full set of hair, which by the way are your own hair. It's not like you're putting a hair patch, which obviously looks really fake. And I did visit a shop where somebody recommended me to put a hair patch, but I hated it because off the bat it looks fake, right? So I think hair transplant is the way to go, and I would highly recommend anybody who wants to go down that path. I've been into this journey for 2 years now. My transplant was done in 2023. I think the hair growth has been awesome. This is my third PRP, and I try to visit India from Chicago every year. So I'm looking forward to coming next year, continue my journey and share my story, and obviously get one more PRP done while I'm there. So good luck to everybody who's trying to get their transplant done. Again, I highly recommend QHT. It's the right place for you guys. Good luck.
Next, we have Vikash Kumar, where the journey gradually builds into a more refined overall look.
Young and already losing hair. Scary thought, right? But for many today, it's the reality. Is it normal? If you're wondering the same, you're not alone. Hair fall doesn't wait for age, and neither should your solution. With the right experts and timing, a hair transplant can bring back your hair, confidence, and identity. Meet a patient who faced the same doubts and chose transformation. Watch till the end, because the next comeback story could be yours. Meet our patient who had been struggling with diffuse grade 4 baldness, a condition driven by genetics. Despite consulting multiple doctors and trying various medications, his hair fall continued unchecked. His hairline kept receding, and both the frontal zone and half of the mid-scalp gradually turned visibly bald. After facing hair loss for nearly 4 to 5 years, at a young age, he finally decided to opt for a hair transplant. Fortunately, his donor area was in excellent condition, dense, healthy, and ideal for extraction, which became the most crucial factor in the success of his transplant journey. Don't hesitate to choose hair transplant consultation. Drop your doubts in the comments below. We're here to listen, guide, and give you the answers you need. After a complete baldness check, our experts did a detailed trichoscopy of the patient's scalp, checking hair density, scalp flexibility, and donor area quality. Based on this, we designed a custom hairline that matched the patient's face shape and would still look natural as he ages. Using the glabella point as a scientific reference, the hairline was marked with exact measurements for perfect symmetry and proportion. All thinning areas were also carefully mapped to ensure the final result looks natural and balanced from every angle. After the hairline design was finalized, the surgery was started, and our specialists carefully implanted single, thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to create a natural appearance. For the frontal and half of the mid-scalp, double and triple hair follicles were implanted to restore volume and density. In this case, a total of 3,500 grafts were successfully implanted, all carefully extracted from the patient's safe donor zone. Want results like this? Book your consultation now and take the first step towards your transformation. At the 3-month mark, when the patient returned to the clinic for his first follow-up PRP session, our experts observed that the transplanted hairs had completely shed. This stage often causes concern for many patients. Some feel anxious or worried, but it's important to understand that this is a normal part of the hair transplant journey. During this phase, the roots begin to settle into the scalp, while the visible hairs shed. These very roots will soon begin producing new and healthier hair in the upcoming months, delivering the true results of the procedure. At 4 months post-transplant, the shedding phase was nearing its end, and most follicles had successfully entered the growth phase. At this stage, early hair growth may look thin and delicate without a defined shape, and that's completely normal. But very soon, we expect a noticeable improvement as the scalp begins to fill in with stronger, thicker hair. Meanwhile, the donor area has healed beautifully with no visible scarring. Experiencing similar signs? Connect with our hair restoration experts today. When we compare the patient's 6-month results to his initial condition, the transformation is truly remarkable. The newly designed hairline now perfectly complements his natural facial features, giving his overall appearance a more youthful and balanced look. The frontal area has gained impressive density, while a bit of thinning is still visible in the mid-scalp, which is expected to improve further in the coming months. What stands out the most is the natural appearance of the results. It's nearly impossible to distinguish the transplanted hairs from the native ones. Today, the patient confidently styles and grooms his hair without any hesitation or limitations. These early results have not only enhanced his appearance, but have also restored the confidence he had lost years ago. However, it's important to note that results vary from person to person. These are just his 6-month results, and we'll continue sharing his ongoing progress in future updates. Why do transplanted hairs fall out after a few weeks? This is called the shedding phase, a normal part of the transplant process. While the hair shafts shed, the roots remain intact and begin to regrow healthier, stronger hair in the coming months. Hair loss may start early, but so can your comeback. With the right diagnosis, expert hands, and timely action, transformation is not just possible, it's powerful. Let confidence lead your way. Your hair, your identity, your second chance starts today. If you also want to transform your look from bald to bold, or want to take control of your hair loss, then book a consultation with our experts.
And finally, whose transformation highlights a clean and confident appearance.
Does the QHT technique really transform your look through a hair transplant journey? Let's find out in today's video how this fast and highly effective technique completely transformed our patient's appearance. In today's video, we'll be showing you the 8-month complete transformation results of a patient who was dealing with the challenges of Vertex grade 3 baldness. So, stay tuned till the end of this video. Meet our patient who was facing the challenges of Vertex grade 3 baldness. His hairline completely receded and changed into an M shape, which affected his frontal area. Along with the frontal, some parts of the mid-scalp and crown were also damaged in the Vertex condition. Thankfully, he had a dense donor area that was full of healthy follicles, which played a significant role in his transformation. Stay tuned for amazing results. Ready to bring back your hairline and crown region? Drop hair transplant in the comments below, and our team will reach out to guide you on your transformation journey. Now, let's take a look at the hairline designing process and understand how our experts created a perfectly customized hairline for the patient. The first step involved a thorough scalp examination by our experts. After that, the patient's hair was trimmed and a head wash was done to ensure that there were no obstacles during hairline marking, allowing for precise and clean design execution. Keeping the patient's facial structure in mind, our team designed a hairline that was not only customized but also artistically aligned with his natural features. The hairline was crafted slightly lower from the middle and carefully measured from the glabella point by using a 4-finger rule, which ensured perfect symmetry and natural framing of the face. Along with the hairline, all affected areas were also precisely marked for implantation so that during the procedure, the team would have a clear and detailed roadmap to follow. If you also want your perfect hairline back, then comment hairline. During the procedure, our experts started implantation in the hairline zone, and they strategically implanted single and thin hair follicles by using zigzag pattern. In the frontal zone, double and triple hair follicles were implanted to enhance volume and density. For the crown area, the follicles were placed in a swirl pattern using single, double, and triple grafts at varying angles to mimic the natural growth direction and flow. In this case, a total of 3,200 grafts were implanted, all precisely extracted from the patient's safe donor area, ensuring long-lasting and natural results. Two months after the transplant, when our patient visited for his first follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed that the shedding phase was continuing on his scalp, which provided good growth soon. At the same time, his donor area completely healed. Experiencing similar signs? Connect with our hair restoration experts today. After 6 months of progress, you can clearly see a remarkable transformation. His hairline is now perfectly framed, the frontal zone has achieved beautiful density, and even the crown area has started forming a natural swirl pattern. And remember, this is just the 6-month result. The final outcome is yet to come, which we'll get to see in the upcoming months. After just 8 months. This isn't just a hair transformation, it's a complete life upgradation, the kind of outcome every patient hopes for in their transplant journey. If we compare his final look to his initial condition, the change is truly remarkable. His transformation is visible not only in his appearance, but also in his confidence, his personality, and the way he carries himself. His hairline perfectly matches his facial features. The frontal and mid-scalp areas now show dense, voluminous growth, and the crown has beautifully regained its natural swirl. This transformation has redefined his overall look, making him appear more youthful, confident, and full of life. After getting these beautiful results, now he can freely enjoy cutting, styling, and carrying his hair just the way he wants. These early results vary from patient to patient. If you want to know more about your baldness, comment hair transplant. Share your pictures with our experts. This is the journey of our patient who went from Vertex grade 3 baldness to a fuller, natural looking hairline and improved frontal area. If you're looking to transform your look from bald to young and energetic, book an appointment with our expert team.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और ध्यान रहे बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें, जिससे हमारे हर वीडियो का अपडेट आपको समय समय पर मिलता रहेगा।